Hey guys, welcome back to another Skate news video, and today we have two things to talk about. One is the new episode of the weekly grind, and another one is a very interesting interview that I'm just gonna try to sum up for you. And we get right in with the weekly grind episode. It doesn't have too much content this time around because we had this huge season 2 announcement yesterday, which is also what they're writing about. So if you should have missed this, if you should have missed complete season 2 reveal and the trailer and all of the information around it, be sure to check out the video in the info box because I've already went over everything you need to know about season 2 and I'm not gonna repeat it here in this video, of course. Another quick reminder: we are in the final week of season 1, but also of the 7-ply Maple Harvest event. And for this event, we also got another set of tasks, of event tasks. So if you were done with last week's tasks and you got your event currency, and maybe it was not enough to get everything from the cosmetics that you wanted, check out the game now, because yesterday you should have gotten another set of tasks where you can claim some more of the event currency to get all of the remaining cosmetics. We also got week 8 of the seasonal tasks, so now you should have week 6, 7 and 8 that you can still complete until the season ends. So if you still need some ticks to complete your battle pass, then be sure to claim those now. Another quick reminder right here: you don't have to complete the battle pass for season 1 in season 1. If you have the premium battle pass, you still have the time to complete the season 1 battle pass in season 2. So if you own the premium pass, you don't need to rush it. If you have the free pass only, however, you cannot take it with you into season 2, only the premium pass. Anyways, going back to the weekly grind episode, another reminder: make sure you log in before December 2 to claim the 2000 ticks that have been granted to everyone. So if you haven't logged in yet or haven't logged in quite some time, be sure to do this. It's for free, so why not claim it? And then we have the weekly calendar, and we have some of the fixes that we can expect to see in the season 2 update. So the weekly calendar, we are right here: season 2 reveal and the weekly grind. Then we can expect 7-ply Maple Harvest sweeps, which is multiple actually, and here they're giving out 100 in real life year 5 decks during the 7-ply Maple Harvest event on their Discord. And we also get a sneak peek at a new skatable area coming in season 2, which are the eel side tunnels. Quick screenshot right here that we got yesterday with the season 2 blog post, but we will get more during this week. And what we can expect next week is the patch notes for the season 2 update, and of course the start of season 2 and the update 0.291. This has changed actually from 029 to 0291 because the team got a few more fixes in, and this resulted in that higher patch number. So we're getting the higher patch with more fixes right when the season starts. And what we can expect to see in this patch, at least a few of the fixes that we can expect, are infinite loading issues, then co-op challenges that fail to start for some party members, invisible party members when joining friends from another server, the replay editor that often captures stuttering during export on console. I think that this will be fixed alongside the expansion of the replay editor, users losing San Van Box while redeeming Skate Pass content and receiving unwanted items, then softlock issues occurring after the checkout at the Extrovert Skate Shop mission, the claim button that is available after completing all the seasonal tasks when no reward is intended. This is indeed a very annoying bug, so hopefully this is actually fixed with the update. When players are unable to play Skate due to the connection to EA servers error. And the last one that will definitely or hopefully get fixed is the stun target showing up or staying up when you are not in a stun challenge anymore. What's still being investigated though and not completely being fixed is the stuck on the tutorial island problem. So if this is still happening, you can just reach out to them in their forum and then they will help you specifically and will get you unstuck manually. And that was it for the weekly grind so far. Now we talk about the interview that I had mentioned before, and this was held by TheGamer, and the title is The Delicate Balance Between Fixing the Game and Making it Better. And I'm gonna link the full interview in the description below in case you wanna read through it yourself, because I will only sum it up for you and I will only pick out a few things here and there that are important. So first of all, they're talking about Skate's early access launch back in September, and that the expectations were pretty high because they brought this franchise back after quite some time. And initially, the launch was quite successful because there were over 20 million players in the game on the first weekend. But ever since, the game has lost more than 90%, at least on Steam, of its player base. And this raised the question for the interviewer how the devs want to go from here and how they feel about this plummet in players. So here the head of creative, Jeff Seamster, says that on the flip side of that positive news, the 20 million players at launch, is the fact that that big burnout amplified a whole lot of issues. We had to basically shore up our infrastructure in real time, where it's just like, oh man, all of these people showed up and we don't even have anywhere to go for them. It also means that the bugs and the glitches just got amplified by 20 million. So it seems like the devs were not actually expecting so many players to show up for launch, even though I'm wondering, I mean, there were so many people waiting for this game, like how do you not expect a lot of people trying to play it on the first weekend? And then he's also admitting that because there were so many more players than they had expected, it stressed the servers a lot more and it brought up a lot more issues, and then basically the game collapsed under the weight of those players. However, Seamster is also saying that there's a big push right now where stability is job one for us because we have a game that's still being built. The least we can do is make sure that everybody has a super stable build and game to come into and play. And it's also something that I was already thinking when I saw all of the patch notes and what they focus on, because it doesn't only seem like the devs are focusing more on getting a stable build of the game instead of putting in new features, but that's also the case. So they acknowledge this right here, that their focus is on having a stable game first and then putting in more features, because otherwise all of these new mechanics and new features are built on unstable ground. So I definitely do get the idea behind this. Seamster is also saying that they knew some of the mixed reception was gonna come no matter what, and that there are a lot of things where the devs are also frustrated by internally, and where they're saying, yeah, we wish we could do this right now, but we have to put the stability of the game and the bug fixes and the crash fixes first before we can implement the features that community is asking for. But of course, that also leads us to having these lackluster experiences with the season, also with the events, where we feel like the devs actually don't have enough time to put into new content, and the only thing, quote unquote only thing we're getting are bug fixes. So this is not only a feeling, this is actually what's happening right here, and it seems like the development team around Skate is not as big as we thought it is, because I think otherwise they would have enough resources to work on the bug fixes for the game and alongside of it also work on the new content. But it seems like they cannot really split this up much, but they have to focus most of their resources on fixing the game. Because here further down below in the article, Seamster also says, not only do we hear it, but we're also here for it. It's great to see that some of that criticism and feedback very directly aligns with our own perspective on things, so the feedback of the community. We'll see a bunch of threads coming through like, I wish I had this and I wish I had this, and we're like, so do we, and we're gonna get it to you as soon as we can. So this is a bit of a difficult situation for Skate, I think, because on one hand the devs need to fix that game, because you don't need new content or new features if the game is not working. But then again, if the game is working for you and you don't find any new content or new features, you will get bored and will stop playing the game as well. But the devs also only have limited resources to focus on, and I think now it's up to them to get all of the new content but also the bug fixes out there as fast as they can and try to build up momentum again. And it's also up to the players, of course, to be willing to return to the game and see what the devs have added. But honestly, I think that this happens automatically once the game starts to grow and once it starts to improve and look better and feel better and have more content and less crashes and less bugs. People will return to it automatically and the player base will grow again. So definitely an interesting article here about the perspective of the developers. We as the players, we always only see our own perspective of the player, of course, and it's sometimes a bit hard to look behind the scenes and to see how it is for the developers and from their side and what kind of struggles they have and also the kind of resources they have or what they focus on. Sometimes they're also not really communicating all of this, so I think that it would help as well if they would communicate this a little bit more. And yeah, that was it for today. As usual, tell me what you think about this in the comments below. I'm always reading your comments, so just in case you were wondering if I'm even reading them, I do, even though I might not reply to everyone. And of course, if you enjoyed this video as well, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye bye!